Hi everyone! I am feeling so giddy about today's video. Today I'm showing off a ton of merch from the husky and his white cat Shizun or Erha. I love this novel so much. Every single day I am so thankful to Meat Bun for gracing the world with her presence and with this masterpiece. Back in April, pre-orders began for Volume 3 of the print simplified Chinese edition. Different bookstores had different store bonuses and merch, and I went nuts. I think in total I bought 14 different sets. I know, I am unhinged beyond redemption, but I love this novel that much. Fortunately, I was able to buy a lot of merch-only sets, and the extra books were donated. Imagine if I had 14 copies of the same book. That would be too much, even for me. One of the reasons why I wanted so many copies is that I really loved all of the inclusions. Even basic inclusions like Chu Wanning's birthday card, or these postcards that came with every copy. They're just so beautiful. But what I really love is Moran's recipe book. I screamed when I saw it. How cute! I want to learn how to make some of these recipes too. It was such a thoughtful inclusion and very fitting of his character. I'm still missing a couple merch sets, but I figured since I have most of them already, why not just make a video now? On to the store-specific book merch. At this point, the impact of a dozen sets of merch really hit me. I organized the merch into a few different categories to make things easier for myself, starting off with shikishi. The first ones are the ones I'm definitely keeping, so I went ahead and unwrapped them. You know, I have always wanted to make a full video about Erha, but I wasn't really sure how to do it. I'm glad I can right now, especially since the English edition will be out this month. I am so excited. I'm probably going to cry. These shikishi are so beautiful, but I can't possibly keep them all, so I may give them away or sell them. The wide range of emotions and intensity in these illustrations is much like Erha itself. The next category of merch is paper goods or flat merch. Anyway, Erha was one of the most painful novels I have ever read. I don't think I ever cried that much while reading. Every time I thought, yeah, it can't get any worse than this. Somehow it did. It got more and more painful. But this is also one of the most beautiful stories I've ever read. The amount of love and care that went into developing these characters cannot be understated. Moran's character growth alone is incredible. The way my feelings for him changed so much throughout the course of the story still blows my mind to this day. He has one of the best written redemption arcs I've ever seen. I was so moved and I felt inspired. I also genuinely felt proud of him. On the flip side, we have Chu Wanning, aka the love of my life, who is unwavering and steady. So righteous and like a pillar of hope. How could anyone not love and admire him? He is one of the coolest and strongest characters ever. I love everything about him. All of the characters in this novel are interesting and heartbreakingly beautiful. I genuinely loved all of them. I even thought the villains were interesting, and that's just a testament to Meat Bun's great writing. I was pleasantly surprised to see 2 illustration books included in the merch. Some of these illustrations were a bit spoilery, so I skipped those for the video. Aside from the incredible characters, I love all of the themes that Meat Bun incorporated. For example, redemption, like I touched on earlier. What I like about Erha's take is that Meat Bun makes it very clear that redemption is not easy at all, and it's often thankless. You've probably heard that this is a very dark and mature novel. That is true. There is non-con, abuse, and violence, but what I appreciated was that none of it was gratuitous. Despite all of the hardships these characters faced, this was also a very loving story. Other important themes in the novel are forgiveness and nature versus nurture. I also love the softer themes and motifs, like the importance of food and clothing. I will never look at umbrellas or worms the same way again. Ever since I finished it a year ago, Erha has been on my mind daily. I constantly find myself laughing over some chapter titles or thinking about my favorite scenes. The next category of merch is buttons or can badges. To be honest, I don't really collect these because I don't have a place to put them. This first set are buttons I definitely don't plan on keeping. For some of them, I have the art elsewhere. Like with the shikishi, I will sell them or give them away. The next batch are buttons I want to keep for myself, mostly because they are way too beautiful. I know I just said that I don't have a place to store buttons, but maybe I can put them on a tote bag, right? Next, I have an unfathomable number of acrylic standees. I already own dozens, so I'm not holding on to this first group, mostly because I already own a similar pose or design. The next batch is way too beautiful to pass up, so I'm keeping them. Bookstore merch tends to be simpler than regular merch, but some of these standees are just so stunning. Perfect for my growing shrine. Next, I have way too many wall scrolls. I think scrolls were the most popular inclusion for Volume 3. I'm not the biggest fan of hanging things up on my walls, but I may just have to make an exception here. Like with everything else, these are way too beautiful and they deserve to be seen. I think I'm going to hold on to maybe one or two of them. For now, let's just admire these gorgeous pieces. Beautiful art deserves to be blown up like this. I actually did not film a final wrap-up clip, so this is sort of the end of the video. There is one more section of merch though. This final group of merch are the unique inclusions. In this case, it's a lot of sparkly things, a wooden bookmark, and a shadow box. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and listening to me ramble about Erha. It's definitely not for everyone though, so please do your research first. As always, I hope you're safe, happy, and healthy. Bye for now.